Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Theorist, here with your host, JC Botero67, aka Vanity Pride, and I am really excited to dive into Season 2, Episode 273 of Tower of God. It was a hella good chapter, very action-packed. So, getting right into it, the recap starts off with that guy who I thought was Zahard, or possibly Zahard's servant. And, the last line of his was, "I'm someone's sworn enemy." So these robot guards don't buy into it. They're like, oh, don't lie to us. If you were someone's sworn enemy, the other person would know immediately. Plus, I've never seen a sworn enemy with self-awareness like you. Which makes sense. He's pretty unique because, of the other two sworn enemies that we've seen so far, Rox and Bombs, who is Viol, they haven't really talked much. I mean, Bomb, kept persisting with Viol, like, hey, let's work together, let's not fight, but Viol would never respond to him. So with this guy doing so much talking as he has so far, it's pretty intriguing. So he goes on to say, that's probably because of my uniqueness. I am both one and all, an individual that both exists and does not exist. I am merely a strand of countless lives. And then he says, now let the hunting begin. And so these snakes are emanating from his mouth. And he takes out all of those robot guards. It's pretty crazy. And then he is ready to leave the quarantine area before it disappears. Which leads me to think with more certainty now that he is Andrasi's sworn enemy. Or it is Andrasi's sworn enemy. I mean, it might not be this specific guy. If that makes any sense. Because he just said he's not a specific person, but he is at the same time. So it's a complicated sworn enemy. I'm not sure what Andrasi has thought up, but hopefully in future chapters to come, we'll see what exactly she chose as her sworn enemy to kind of explain more about this dude. And then I know last review, I didn't even think about it. It didn't hit my mind until after I had done my recording, but she is the only other person who ended up in the quarantine area. So this sworn enemy who is in the quarantine area, or was because he's leaving it now, it has to be Andrasi's. All right, so now we're skipping back to the rest of the group, and, Bomb is like, oh my gosh, where did you find Rock, Cocoon, and, it's an emotional reunion. That's the word. It's an emotional reunion because Bomb's admitting, oh, where were you? I was really worried about you. And Rock, in this image, looks so cute. He's like, a little turtle like you worrying about me. Sniffle. I'm not getting emotional or anything. It's just adorable how much he cares and, feeling that love back from Bomb. I mean, Bomb loves everybody, so, he's a real sweetheart. And then it cracks me up because Rock is like, that guy's with you too? Is he Data? And poor Hansung is like, it looks like they have some bad history with me too. So, poor innocent dude. Let's be real, because this is Coffee Addict, again, in his younger days, before he went all corrupt and evil and shit. So, Bomb goes on to tell Kun that he was in the quarantine area. And Kun was totally unaware of this, but I'm like, props to you, Kun, because you have that sixth sense. You're looking out for your boy. So anyway, Big Breeder, being the coward that he is, sends his bejeweled robots to attack Bomb, Battis, and Coffee Addict. And then it turns out that Coffee Addict is actually, or not Coffee Addict, according to Coffee Addict, Big Breeder is actually a fake. The real Big Breeder is behind the door that is behind this fake Big Breeder. It's such a tongue twister that. Try saying that 3 times fast. So Coffee Addict has asked Bomb to please go open the door behind the fake Big Breeder to get to the real one. Because it makes sense. Bomb was the only one who was able to open the door over in the quarantine area. That's how they escaped. And so it only makes sense that Bomb would be able to make his way through this door as well. So Coffee Addict is fighting off a robot. Bomb has hopped over one. And then you see in this image here that he has reunited with Andrasi, and he has Medley with him as well. And the fake big, maybe that's what I should call him. The fake big breeder sees his plan is getting ruined. So he forcibly cracks open that one egg in which he was hiding that villain. And so this villain turns out to be this giant, aquatic, flubber cyclops creature. Like, I'm not even kidding. Look at this right here. So anyway, Battis and Chung get into some beef here because Big Breeder starts off, Battis, what on earth did you expect when you left that place? Did you think there would be some kind of solution if you escaped from there? You know very well, Battis, I can make you vanish from here right now. So I want to get to Battis's speech because it was very touching to me. So I'm skipping along here till I get to it. Oh, okay. So basically, fake Big Breeder is a hypocrite, calls Battis a defective piece of equipment. So this is Battis's response to that. Yes, I know. I am a defective piece of equipment. When I saw the truth about you, the moment that I felt anger and disappointment toward you, I realized that I am defective. After only ever praising you, when I sang that song criticizing you, I felt afraid. But they were my own emotions that no one else put in me. And when they exploded into song, I felt it. This is my real voice. I am defective. I am no longer the machine that only sang the songs that you wanted. I have become a real human being. If that's what you mean by defective, then I want to live defectively forever. Which I love that, because first of all, like I said, this fake Big Breeder is obviously some kind of data as well. So I'm like, you're a hypocrite ass, okay? Like, you can't be bashing Battis when you're the same, like, fake data and defective, I guess. I mean, he's calling Battis defective because, you know, Battis rebelled and wrote that song against Big Breeder, but still, Chung isn't the greatest either. And to me, I mean, Battis is definitely becoming more of a human being. He has those emotions. Like this fake Big Breeder, and probably the real one too, they probably don't have emotions. They don't give a shit about the people in this village, but Battis does. And, you know, he was looking out for someone that was getting beat up by these, you know, supposedly real human beings. Or even other fake data, like... Anyway, I could go on about that, but let's move along here. So, just as Chung is about to make Battis disappear, Bomb finds that this is the best chance for him to get to that door. But, unfortunately for him, Chung catches on. Chung, again, is fake Big Breeder, in case you need clarification. So, Bomb is, like, trying to put in an attack, and Chung says that Bomb is imitating their power. So maybe referring to Zahard. I don't know who the second person would be. Could even be V, who is Bomb's dad, as I've said before. So he strikes an attack at Bomb, and that slowly dissipates Bomb's Shinsu. And that's where the chapter ends. So I don't know about you guys. I felt this chapter moved a lot faster than previous ones. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. And as I said in the beginning of this review, there were a lot of action scenes this time around. So maybe that's what made it, you know, kind of flow faster. Plus, like, I feel a lot of the chapter, it all took place in one area for the most part. Obviously, we started off in the quarantine area with the robot guards and who I like to call Zahard, but who is not Zahard. That sworn enemy, that new one that we just met last chapter. And then from there, it transitioned to Bomb and Co. And, like, everyone was all together at that point. So maybe just being in one area kind of made it go a little faster as opposed to going back and forth between Bomb and Co., Kun and Co., Bomb and Co., Kun and Co. So that could explain it as well. So that was pretty much it. I enjoyed reviewing this a heck of a lot. It was a very, very interesting chapter. Again, action-packed. So, and if you guys have any theories to make, please comment below. I'd love to check them out. So thanks, guys, for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.